Okay, people, this is one of the more requested videos on my channel. Atman has apparently completely lost the plot here. Before we even start with the video, I mean, just look at the video the video title. Halo Infinite fixing the past. Making a new game does not fix the past. Straight away, you're way off with the title. The description, Halo Infinite is going above and beyond what we had expected from 343 Industries. They just had a beta that was all bots. They had PvP for 1 hour. That was above your expectations for the game. A bot beta for 3 days. That was above your expectations for the game. The game's already delayed a year. How is this above your expectations? You have the lowest expectations of all mankind. Unless you're actually saying it in a way like, oh, well, 343 suck, in which case, why are you praising them? Infinite seems to be addressing every major complaint of the last 11 years. So, no one complained about microtransactions. No one complained about just the possibility of them doing a battle royale. No one's complained about that. No one complained about Call of Duty controls. No one complained about Call of Duty gameplay, time to kill, none of that shit, right? No one's complained about any of that. No one complained about bro Spartans that you're going to see in a minute, as I've started the video once, where he's like doing all that fucking ninja shit with his arms. Yeah, that got cut out of Halo 5. People complained about that in the Halo 5 beta, and it got cut out. Okay? Kill cams are returning. They were removed in Halo 4. They were removed in Halo 5, but they're putting them back in this game. It makes no sense. What are you talking about? What? Every major complaint? They haven't done anything. They've done nothing. They've reskinned Halo 5. Also seeks to fix problems that have been in the series' DNA since Halo Combat Evolved. What fucking problems? If you've got fucking near perfect games and 343 have made terrible games that are nowhere near as good, how can they fix Halo fucking Combat Evolved's problems? They can't even make a good game, let alone fix the great Bungie's fucking gameplay. What are you talking about? So again, we're going to start with that man walking from off the screen. This time he's not holding his dick and balls, thankfully. But again, here we go. I hope you're ready, because I ain't fucking ready. But this is requested.
That's what I'm talking about, oh yeah!
Well, 343, all I gotta say is...
That's the way you do it, yeah!
There it is. There's the bro animations. Yeah.
Present you with 200 golden bananas and the Colonial Cross for your acts of daring and devotion. Your work here today has made the Chancellor a very happy man. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 appearances at E3, years of blue balls...
No. That wasn't the game. It's 3. You're right. It's 3 appearances at E3, not 4. That ain't the game.
3 appearances at E3, years of blue balls, far too many speculation videos from your boy. We have finally gotten a chance to play the first new Halo shooter in 5 years. Here we go. All right.
And it's Halo 5 with a skin over it.
All right, boys. Yeah, what up? Oh, what up?
The Act Man?
Yeah, it's your boy.
Yeah, so before we get into the video, so he joins a random game in the beta, and the people that are in there know who he is because they're Halo fanboys. Nobody outside the fucking Halo fucking fanboy bubble gives a toss about this beta. There you have it. That's all. That one clip alone there says more than anybody can say about this game. The person in the game knows who he is and likes him. Atman, the man that defended the Firefight update, so he essentially defended rep packs in Halo 5. Atman, the man that said that Halo Master Chief Collection is the ultimate Halo experience, Literally quoting 343's marketing from their own trailer. Basically a paid shill for 343, right? That's the audience. 343 fanboys. No one else cares.
Holy shit!
The Halo Insider flight is finished.
No, I think we're just getting started.
But here's a scalding hot take. Halo Infinite has the potential to be the best Halo game ever made.
This
Okay, so the best Halo game ever made. Halo Infinite has absolutely zero potential to even be a good game, let alone the best Halo game. Halo being some of the best games ever fucking made ever in the history of gaming, right? This game doesn't have the potential to even be a good game. Free to play. Halo 5 gameplay yet again, so it's the same fucking game that nobody liked from the last fucking version. Battle passes? Do I need to go on? Do I need to keep repeating myself in every fucking video? The game is terrible. How can it possibly be the best Halo game? Halo died with Halo Reach. Everything after Halo Reach has been terrible. And it's all 343's games. They're all just mediocre to abysmal. Halo Infinite is going to make Halo 5 look good. Right? For starters, they're selling you the campaign for full fucking price as though it's a fucking game on its own. They're not giving you any money off the campaign. Then they're fucking giving you a battle pass. They're selling XP boosters, the same as Gears. XP boosters in Halo. Buy XP. Buy boosters. Buy fucking skins. Mountain Dew promotions and sticky Master Chief in Fortnite and shit like that. That's Halo. That's Halo Infinite. It's garbage. It's not even got potential to be a good game, let alone the best Halo game. Don't give me that bullshit. Let's have a reality check.
Is the true face of heresy. This heretic and those who follow him must be silenced.
I know what you're thinking. Halo 3. Come on, and trust me.
No, I'm not thinking Halo 3. Not everybody thinks Halo 3 is the best Halo game, okay? That is like one of my least favorite Halo games. I would take a Halo 1, a Halo 2, and a Halo Reach over a Halo 3. And that doesn't even mean Halo 3 is a bad game. I still love Halo 3. It's a great fucking game. But that's not my favorite fucking game. This mentality comes about because more people own the 360, and so therefore more people played Halo 3 as their first Halo game because Xbox got red hot and more popular during that fucking generation. That's it. Not everybody worships Halo 3 in the Halo community. I'm sorry. A lot of the people on Twitter do because they're backwards, but you know, the favins and stuff, they worship Halo 3. But not everybody. Not everybody watching this video does that, man. Just to let you know, okay?
I understand how compelling your points are. What stood out to me the most during my time...
You don't know because you just said it could be the best Halo game of all time. In what planet, in what version of reality is it ever going to be the best Halo game of all time? Explain.
Playing Infinite is how 343 Industries is fixing issues that have been in the franchise's DNA since birth. They're not just
Fixing issues no one fucking... There weren't issues like taking away team colors.
putting a new spin on an old recipe. They're addressing every major complaint we've bitched and moaned
What
about.
major complaints? What? This is madness. The man is completely mental. What major madness? What? Luke. That's all well and good, yeah. That's all well and good. The bet is better customization. It has to be better customization because you have to buy it with real money. No one's going to buy crap, okay? They've got to make the shit look amazing. They've got to make all these fucking Reach skins and shit. They've got to do it at an alarming rate. Battle passes, skins. XP boosters that make the battle pass go faster. It's all a free-to-play garbage experience. And that starts with the gay skins, right? So obviously the skins are going to be better in this game than they were in the previous game. Because it revolves around skins. That's what these garbage games do. That doesn't make it a good game. And that doesn't mean they've addressed your concern. All they've done is put everything behind a paywall. That's what they've done. The skins in Halo 5 were free. That's right. They were free. Because you could unlock the skins. Even though it was nigh impossible to unlock them, I know. But you could unlock them. You did not need to buy all the rep packs. You could actually unlock them. Over time. You could. Ridiculous grind, yes. Not defending Halo 5. I'm just saying, this system here is just as bad, if not fucking worse. So how have they addressed anybody's concerns? By putting a battle pass in, putting everything behind a paywall, and putting in a store, and putting in XP boosters that you have to buy to get the shit faster. They haven't addressed anything. They just moved the goalposts.
Out for the last 11 plus years. Armor customization, art style,
For
weapon
real money.
sandbox, map design, sprint, everything is...
Sprint is in the game, and that wasn't the final version of the game you're playing. So how do you know the sprint isn't going to be faster? It's already infinite sprint, which is already more OP than Halo 4 and Halo Reach's sprint. So what are you even talking about? They haven't addressed certain people's concerns about the game. They haven't done anything with that. It's just Halo 5 Lite. It's Halo 5 reskinned. This video is going to be like hours long because every point he's got here, it's just ridiculous. We're like a minute and 40 in, and he's talking utter nonsense.
Is getting a complete overhaul. So to get the biggest and most important statement out of the way, this feels like Halo. It looks...
I'm sorry, it's Halo 5. Slide, clambering, ADS. I mean, come on. It's Halo 5. We can see that. Hello. What do you mean it feels like Halo? Does Call of Duty feel like Halo? Because that's basically what you're saying. People said Halo 5 felt like Halo. Rippin used to say that. Greenstore used to say that. It felt like fucking Halo. That's what he said about Halo 5. You might have said that about Halo 5. What does that prove? Side by side, it looks like Halo 5. It doesn't look like Halo 3, the game you were just supposedly praising as the best one that everyone thinks is the best one. Well, it's nothing like Halo 3. Absolutely nothing like Halo 3.
It's like Halo. It sounds like Halo.
It sounds like Halo 5. It literally sounds like Halo 5. Sound effects and everything sounds the same. That's not up for debate.
Halo, but it tastes like beef jerky. It's no easy feat to cater to this community that is notoriously divided in its appreciation for the games.
Well, first of all, what is the community? Are you talking about people on Twitter, or are you talking about like the actual people that buy the game? Because the sales fell off a cliff with Halo 5. So how hard is it to say, you know what, people don't like this garbage that we made with Halo 5. Let's make a game like Halo 3 that sold 12 to 14 million copies. Why would you not go about the fucking resurrection of Halo or whatever by starting with the one that sold the most and the one that most people like, supposedly? Or just from that era, just from the Bungie games. Why would you not start there? They started with Halo 5 and then worked from that. Bonnie Ross has stated numerous times that she thinks Halo 5's multiplayer is great. That the problem with Halo 5 is just the campaign, right? That she said that multiple times, and she is the fucking lead on Halo. She is the fucking top of the fucking food chain on Halo. So what are you talking about? This game is Halo 5. How do you cater to anybody if you're catering to Halo 5, which had the lowest player base and sales in all of the Halo? Makes absolutely no sense what you're saying.
For too long, there's been the split of, oh, you're a Bungie fanboy? Well, you're a 343 tard. And it's like, now you can all shut up. Because...
No, we're not going to shut up, because that's retarded. It's a Halo 5 clone. If you like Halo 5, then fine, you're going to like this game. Because it's more of that fucking garbage shit that you like in Halo 5. You got more microtransactions, more opportunity to spend money in-game, which you loved in Halo 5, like the Green Skulls and the Ubernix, buying the rep packs, like the Ant-Man with his firefight video, praising the fucking rec system, because that's how you've used the fucking cards in firefight to get weapons and stuff. So clearly, because you're supporting that game mode, you're also supporting the system that it uses, right? So you guys defended the rec systems, right? So to you guys, it's great because you get to spend money in the game. That's what you want to do, right? So enjoy spending money in the game like idiots. Again, enjoy the Halo 5 gameplay with the slide, the clamber, and all that garbage. That's not what Halo fans want. Game's going to fucking fall off a cliff unless the Call of Duty audience comes in to save it, and that hasn't happened with the last games. So we just go around in a circle, and it's like Groundhog Day, and it's Halo 5 all over again. That's what Halo Infinite is. It's like a rerun of fucking 6 years ago when Halo 5 came out. Before Halo 5 came out, with my 2014 video where I just fucking decimated it and everything I said came true. That's what's happening. And that man's just along for the ride to pretend it's a good game.
We're getting the best of both worlds, in my opinion. Now, here's the part where I say,
Whenever you have to say, in your opinion, constantly, you know you're in trouble. Because, in my opinion, microtransactions are great. Okay, who cares what? No one liked them because Halo 5 lost population and sales. And it was full of microtransactions. So your opinion doesn't fucking matter, Atman. It doesn't fucking matter. Your opinion on this game doesn't fucking matter. Because population and sales were better back in the day. So you model your game on that. Not on copying Halo 5. Because no one liked Halo 5. On paper. It's not about your opinion.
this is not a beta, not an alpha, but a tech preview. Don't get your
Yeah, it's a beta.
Jimmy's all rustled around about the little stuff in this tech preview. Reload animations, fruit physics, graphics. If you're complaining about this type of stuff, you have missed out. You have missed...
Man, the game is out in literally a few months. It was delayed from last year. It was supposed to be coming out in this state last year. You do understand that, right? The only reason the game was delayed is because people outside of the fanboy bubble, like yourself, who were going on about blue balls, who were doing all this fucking bullshit, like, this is the best fucking Halo trailer I've ever seen, all that bullshit you were saying, right? It was the people outside of the fanboy bubble, the people on fucking IGN and all the rest of it. Those are the people that got this game fucking delayed, and those are the people that will still be disappointed with it because it's a pile of crap, like you just seen there. What the hell is that with the fruit? That looks like a game from fucking like 10, 15 years ago. Play Uncharted 4 and shoot one of those fucking watermelons. Look at the difference. That's what you're talking about here. It's ridiculous.
The entire point. The gravity hammer doesn't have a clear shockwave. I don't really care. It's not that important right now.
This is what they said about Halo 5. This doesn't matter, this doesn't matter, this doesn't matter. Before you know it, oh, split screen doesn't matter, firefight doesn't matter at launch, big team battle not coming at launch, well, that doesn't matter, Forge not coming at launch, that doesn't matter. That's all you're going to do. These things do matter. Every minute detail matters, that man. Every fucking... First impressions last a lifetime. It's an expression, that man, right? If you come out with a, you know, if it's all there when the game comes out, it won't be. But let's say, you know, 343's track record shows us it's not going to be ready at launch because MCC wasn't ready at launch. Halo 5 wasn't ready at launch. This is a live service game. By design, it's not ready at launch. So it ain't going to be there, right? But, you know, if we had faith in them, which we haven't because it's been eroded, the trust is gone, it was never there in the first place, then we could say, oh, well, you know what, it's probably going to be ready at launch, this is just an old build. But we know with 343 that's not the case. So they're under a fucking microscope for everything. All the time, and they have to be, because if you don't tell them that it's wank, they won't do anything with it. Because this game was coming out last year, man, until people said, this looks shit. Until people said that, nothing would have been done. We're a year on and the game still looks shit. This should be a near finished game now. It's had an extra year on development. And yet it still looks trash. That's, you know, that's the real situation here. Reality.
What is important is mechanics. How does the game play? How does
like Halo 5. Really? It does.
Feel? Is it satisfying, fun, engaging? Now this tech preview is being used mostly as a way for 343 to get a direction of what needs to be changed, fixed, improved, based on our feedback and the data, right? So here is my feedback. Truth be told, the
Here's my feedback. And you killed Halo, and that's it. It's Halo 5 reskinned. There you go. Moving on. Back for Blood beta was out last week. That was pretty cool. Looks like a good game on Game Pass I could possibly play. Play some more of it maybe next weekend and pick that up in October for free on Game Pass or buy it, you know. Looks a lot better than Halo. That's it. Moving on. Like millions of other Halo fans were just moving right the fuck along because the game is shit. It's not a Halo game. It's garbage.
Terminology and the way they released this tech preview.
Man, stop doing that. Really, stop doing that. It was funny the first time, but now you're just annoying me. Don't do that. Don't keep doing that, please.
Likely confused a lot of people, which is understandable, but 343 is being super transparent and as clear as possible about their goals and the state of the game. And I respect that openness. One thing I found really funny was when they were revealing the multiplayer, Sketch made sure to say,
just to give people a sense of this is the game as it currently stands in this build running on an Xbox One. So
this is gameplay on Xbox One. Yes, you heard that right. Last gen hardware. And it got me thinking.
Well, that's a problem in itself, Atman. It should never have been on last gen hardware. I said this fucking 3-4 years ago or whatever. I said putting it on last gen hardware is a huge fucking fail. And everybody looked at me and they said, well, they haven't said that. They haven't said that. But the way they were talking was like they're clearly saying like it's going to be on this generation of hardware. And everyone's like, well, no, GLL, that's not what they said. And now it's okay. Even though everybody attacked me for saying that. Because they said there's no way they would be stupid enough for them to do that. And then they did it, and now it's okay. Now they tell me it's okay. I was right yet again. We're getting nowhere with this franchise. 343 should have been long gone after Halo 5 came out because that game was a failure. By the numbers. Microsoft should have taken action.
And like there was another game from a really big company that was supposed to show the game on last gen hardware, but they didn't for some reason, and there was like a huge controversy. I don't know if it was a fever dream, but
Okay, Atman, that's all well and good, but the game isn't good. It's garbage, so who cares?
I can't really remember. Of course, in launching the tech preview, there had been a change of plans. It was stressful waiting an extra 7 hours to get in, and I may have had a few nervous breakdowns live on stream. But hey, it's all in the past. Performance was pretty good. The only noteworthy bugs were joining in progress made all the audio really quiet except for the Spartan grunts, which was pretty funny.
We've lost a teammate. Taking fire.
To give some perspective, what we played was a 2-month-old build, and 343 still has at least 3.5 months until November. If they
Yes, but it looks terrible. Doesn't even look good.
want to ship this before Black Friday, that's the time frame. Any major or
This is be coming out in December, like late December, because they haven't given a date yet. That's if it comes out this year and isn't delayed again, because it's the new Crackdown 3 and could well be delayed into next year. It's absolutely 100% a possibility, because they haven't given a release date yet.
minor issues have a chance to be fixed, so I'm not going to make a big deal about it. What? X-Man doesn't want to complain about Halo?
Yeah, you're 343's biggest defender. Yeah, sometimes you take a point from somebody else, put it into your video and pretend that you're criticizing them, but you don't. 9 times out of 10 you are shilling for the game. This whole video so far has been you shilling from the game. You shilled for the Firefight update in Halo 5, and you shilled for the MCC, which is still a broken piece of shit now. Right? It's a broken game. Still, today, it's broken. Yet you said it was the ultimate Halo experience. No, it's not. The ultimate Halo experience is dusting off your 360 and playing the original games. Because the MCC is not it. It's not it.
Didn't see that coming, did ya?
The missions changed. They always do.
I gotta say, it feels amazing to finally be hyped for a new Halo shooter.
You were hyped 2-3 years ago. You were hyped when Master Chief was just like getting electric shocked from that fucking guy with the beard who still doesn't have a name. And even in the leaks, they just call him the Pilot. Is that his name? His name is the Pilot? He doesn't have a real name? The fucking action figures are called the Pilot. That's the game. The whole game you spend with this jabroni flying around. That's the game. What are you talking about? You were hyped for that shit. You were hyped for that garbage. You've been hyped for it for years, or pretending to be hyped for it for years. It was total fanboy nonsense then, and it's total fanboy nonsense now. The game is trash. 5 minutes in.
Listening to the soundtracks, just hyping myself up, dude. Halo really is in the process of making
The
a
rehashed music.
comeback, and this is the type.
That man, it had like I saw the max. It had 12k viewers on Twitch for the fucking beta, right? Someone else told me that they saw 14k viewers on Twitch for the beta. That was the highest anyone's ever told me they've seen. I've only seen 12k. Someone else saw 14k. Fortnite is like 139k, man, for views. And Apex is 88k, and then COD's like 90k or some shit. Like, I wrote it on one of the videos. Halo is dead, no one cares. This is a new game, and no one gives a fuck about it. Splitgate gets more fucking views on Twitch than Halo some days. And that's an indie game. That's not Halo, it's not a brand, it's not established. No one cares about this game. Nobody cares, that man. That's the truth.
Type of joy Paper Mario fans wish they could feel. After years of a divisive fan base, it seems like most everyone is rallying around Infinite and noticing the great things about it. Yeah. Oh!
Rocket.
Yeah, so there you go. So straight away, everything wrong with that clip. You got outlines, it's not clear who's on your team. You fire a rocket at your own teammate, and he's fine. Because you have to put bots in. And when you put bots in, you can't have them team killing you. So they have to go back to Halo 4 and have it where you can't kill each other. All problems with the game. That's not a legacy experience. That's garbage. The whole thing there, that whole scenario there is garbage. Like, you can pick thousands of faults out of that one screenshot. It's garbage.
Yeah, buddy. Even if the game launches and you hate everything about it, it is still free to play. For clarity...
So what, Ackman? So is every other fucking game now. So what? That ain't gonna do anything for Halo. Hello?
Any clips of me fighting real players will be marked with the PvP sticker up here, so you can kind of get a better sense of what the game is like when you're fighting other real players. Because against bots, it's different. Speaking of, these bots are amazing. Coming in different difficulties, they certainly make for great target practice, both in the firing range and in the multiplayer. And they do...
Firing range is garbage. Bots in multiplayer is garbage. Garbage.
some crazy shit from time to time.
Earn more kills than your opponents to win.
Is that how you play Slayer? Earn more kills. Oh my god! What did I run into? Every match I played, we whooped their ass, but just like Sniper Jackals, I'd rather them be too easy than too hard. Ever since I watched that old...
Man, why are they in the game? They don't add anything to the game. They're just cannon fodder, right? They could have been working on the firefight mode, right? They could have been working on this Battle Royale mode that we think is coming now because of the leaks. They could have been spending time doing other shit in the game, right? Instead of focusing on bots that no one fucking wanted. I mean, you could argue that with Battle Royale as well, but bots are literally useless. They don't help. They're not a benefit to the player at all. Realistically, they're just a waste of time. All that time gone into programming that, you could have been doing the firefight. You could have been doing the Spartan Ops. You could have been, you know, whatever. Get other modes in the game. Bomb Assault could be bringing back. Invasion mode. Big team battle there at launch. If anything is delayed now, all the time went into making sure the bots are working, right? So if those bots weren't there, that was time and resources that could have been somewhere else. And as we know, the game has been delayed multiple times. If it didn't have bots, they wouldn't need to fucking program the fucking bots. Time wasted on garbage no one asked for and no one cares about. That's 343.
Old Ghost of Lockout video for Halo 2. I had faith that one day I could fight AI Spartans.
And see how our faith has been rewarded.
I can't tell you how many matches over the years have been ruined by quitters with no system in place to balance teams out.
Ah, man, that is the most dumb statement I've ever heard in my life, okay? A fucking Slayer match with 5 versus fucking 8 or whatever could easily go your way if you've got like decent weapons like sniper and whatever, and you've got a competent team. These are clearly not your teammates. Who the fuck is Joe? Who the fuck is Molly? Who the fuck is Gumby fucking HD? These are not teammates, man. You don't know these people. So how can you work as a team with complete jabrones who you don't even know? And then, oh, well, we lost because... No, you lost because you're not playing with a team. You're playing with randoms. Complete randoms all the way down the list. That's why you're losing. A decent team of like 3 in invasion mode, unless they come up with against a full stack, is going to fucking win the game probably if they know what they're doing. What are you talking about? Bots are not going to improve this situation. They're just going to be cannon fodder. You just said for yourself in your own video that they're easy to kill. Well, guess what? That means they're easy to kill for the opposite team as well, man. That means they're easy to kill for the opposite team. So they're just going to feed the other team kills. How is that going to help your situation if you're trying to win a game? If the bots are there feeding the other team kills. This doesn't help your situation, you fucking moron. Think before you make these retarded videos. And then the idiots, 44k likes, 500,000 views. Yeah, you're all idiots too. The same fucking retards. No fucking idea. No fucking idea.
No matter which game it is, this has pissed a lot of people off over the years. Bots will make...
Have you ever played Gears of War? Have you ever played a game with bots in it? They don't help your fucking cause. They don't help the game at all. You idiots.
Seems a bit more even when people do quit.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't fucking... They feed kills. They're useless. Or they're overpowered and make the game unfair. You're going to have situations, if they're unfair and hard to beat, where people then quit out so that the bots can rank up for them. If that's how the ranking system works. If you rank up by how many games you win, in a game that you've lagged out of, you win, or you quit out of, you still win, because, you know, that's how it works in Halo 3, for instance. Like, people used to quit in Team Snipers in Halo 3. So there was just one guy versus 4, so he'd just snipe everybody. Things like that. You know, exploits. Adding bots isn't going to fucking help that situation at all. Isn't. If the bots are OP. If the bots are wank, then they're going to feed kills. Either way, they're going to cause more issues. They're not going to help anything. Damn.
Encourage those still in the match to keep playing. And with Join in Progress, hopefully the spots get filled.
And Join in Progress, that was in Halo 4. It was a disaster. Right? So again, they keep doing something, people don't like it, they take it out and then they put it back in. That's 343. Join in Progress is terrible for Halo. It doesn't fucking work, man. It doesn't work at all. It's worse than in other games, right? It's worse than in Gears of War. It's just worse. Because in Gears of War, you start with a motherfucking shotgun. You start with a Lancer. You start with decent guns. You can put up a fight with your basic starting weapons. That's why it kind of works in Gears, because you're not always completely smashed coming into a match that's in progress with no fucking weapons or anything. Right? Gears of War, you start with the shotgun, which is basically a death cannon, so it gives you something, it gives you a way into the match. Halo doesn't do that. And that's how Halo should be. It should be about map control, about weapons more so than a Gears of War, because that's how it's been in the past, right? So you're meant to start with shit guns. You're meant to start with a fucking assault rifle that's not very good and a fucking shit pistol. That's Halo, right? But that means that fucking joining progress does not fucking work. That's the knock-on effect there, because you start with garbage. You will spawn into a match. You don't know what's going on. You don't know who's in the match. You don't know where the sniper rifle is in play. You don't know where the rockets are in play. And you just walk in and you're just a cannon fodder, because the match has already started. You can't speak to the people in the match. You can't coordinate with your team or anything. And you just get fucking destroyed. Because the game is so fucking tactical and how, okay, you go there, duh. That's Halo. It's an arena shooter. You have to work as a team. More so than fucking Gears. More so than other games. Not saying you don't have to in other games. I'm just saying. Halo is a game where you need to fucking coordinate with your team. So joining progress does not work for Halo. Yet again, we've got an idiot praising joining progress. Something that was removed. Well, it wasn't in Halo 5. It was in Halo 4 and no one liked it. For that reason. That I just gave. People have real short fucking memories, man.
Doubt millions of matches will be salvaged because of these two things. But bots also open up endless possibilities for custom games if fans are given the tools to script the bots themselves.
Okay, but we had Firefight, which is the same fucking thing. It's just with elites instead of Spartans. And as we know, elites can be similar to Spartans, right? Similar sort of health shields and everything. So you could make like elites versus Spartans fucking Firefight, and it would be like 90% the same, right? It's not going to be that much difference between a Spartan and a fucking elite in terms of gameplay. So you could just play against elites in Halo Reach on Firefight and you've got the same experience. Right?
Now, what about this supposedly amazing sandbox we've heard so much about? Oh, it's lit. It's lit AF, bro. Every weapon and tool felt great to use, but more importantly, was viable. Apart from the commando, which felt a bit too inaccurate and didn't do enough damage.
Man, this is Halo 5. Like, who gives a fuck?
This is exactly how you make an interesting sandbox. I was getting some disgust.
What, by copying Halo 5's gameplay and fucking aim down sights and putting a long-range shotgun in from Call of Duty? That's how you make an interesting Halo game.
Clips with the noob combo. Whoa.
The noob combo, one thing
that
that's
was
still
dirty.
in
That
the
was
game
so
from the
dirty.
old Halo
Gunning
games.
down
Fucking
bots
hell.
With the assault rifle, you got the precise 3-round burst of the battle rifle, the long-range accuracy of the plasma carbine, the super combine of the needler, oppressive power of the rocket launcher. New weapons like the Ravager and Heatwave feel so satisfying when you can use them properly. Halo 4 and 5 had problems with a redundant sandbox where the scatter shot was basically a worse version of the shotgun, and the heat
Scatter shot was stronger than the shotgun. Had more range on it. Don't know what you're talking about.
wave elaborates on that further. It creates a unique type of shotgun rather than just a lesser version of it.
That's not really a shotgun.
Oh, it fires slower.
Hold on a minute. So he's saying there's not a bunch of shotguns, but then shows 2 shotguns? Whatever.
That way. Okay, that's very cool. You know, Halo has always been a sandbox shooter. Its greatest strength is in the
Sandbox applies to every game ever fucking made. Stop talking bollocks.
creativity it gives to players. While Call of Duty may add a grapple hook that is just a gimmick and only usable in the way the developers want you to, if Halo gives you a grapple hook, then you can do whatever the hell you want with it. Oh, you see how you can get the jump on people? Oh, and that's the difference. That's what makes Halo unique. And
It's not unique because you just showed a fucking Call of Duty thing and like, there's the grappling hook. And then you're like, oh look, here's Halo. And there's the grappling hook. Where did they get the idea from at, man? What happened was the 343 developer was sat in the office. He was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And like when Isaac Newton was sat under the tree and an apple fell on his head, someone dumped a big fucking box of Call of Duty games right on his head. And he was like, when he came to, he was like, grappling hooks. That's what the kids are into.
fun. My biggest complaint with Halo's multiplayer, even going back to the original, is the promise of a viable, unique sandbox has always been halfway delivered.
What are you talking about? Now you're gonna fucking rip on games that came out over 10 years ago plus? 20 years ago in this case? Are you nuts? Like, what are you talking about? All of the old games were shit. We're getting into gaslight territory here, where Atman's gonna now claim that fucking the old Halo games were bad and this is better somehow? Like, what the fuck is that garbage?
All the weapons Halo 3 has to offer, most matches just dissolve into everyone using the battle rifle.
Well, no, that's not true, Atman. Did you play Halo 3 back in the day? Because that is not true.
I despise that the BR in Halo 2 is given so much power that you'd rather have it over an actual close quarters weapon most
I think you'll find that the issues with the Halo 2 battle rifle are due to glitches like the RRX and the BXR more so than they are a planned thing by Bungie. It's glitched, right? We all know the story of Halo 2 and how it nearly was fucking delayed and how it, you know, they had to cut levels and everything. So glitches were in the game. Lots of glitches for the battle rifle in particular, making it a fucking god cannon, right? We know that. That was largely fixed in all the fucking games following, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Combat evolved, pistol or nothing. Halo Reach, DMR and needle rifle. Don't get
What are you talking about, man? What about the sniper rifle? What about the shotgun? What about the rocket launcher? What are you talking about? These are your mid weapons. These are weapons that you pick up like on your way to a power weapon. Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean DMR or nothing? Like, he's talking absolute nonsense.
Wrong. I have always loved the Halo games. But when you give one weapon so much power and utility, it
Atman, you do realize that Halo Infinite has the battle rifle, right? You do realize that there's no difference, right? If anything, it's better because it's L trigger aim, which is easier to use and, you know, more accurate. There'll be more auto aim on that shit than generally is. So why is that a weak weapon now? Or are you saying that other guns in the game are on its level, but other weapons in the game were on its level in other Halo games? So what are you talking about? Like you just said, the needler rifle. What about the carbine? What about the brute shot? Like, there's loads of weapons in Halo that can combat a battle rifle, even with the glitches. So what are you talking about?
Shadows the rest of the sandbox and the game suffers. Where
the needless useless thing. That did you see that? I'm sorry. Like, quit. Just man, just quit now, mate. Just you never played Halo 2, man.
The Halo
You're an
games.
idiot.
But when you give one weapon,
you are a
shadows
fucking
the rest of the
idiot.
sandbox and the game
Look,
suffers.
you see that? Oh, the needler's useless in Halo 2, right? Okay. Here's a news flash, right? Halo 2 has dual wielding, you fucking retard. That guy had one needler. One needler in Halo 2 is useless because you dual wield needlers. So 2 needlers in Halo 2 is just as strong as 1 needler in the other Halo games because they decided to make it a dual wield weapon. The needler is not useless. The needler is a dual wield weapon in Halo 2. So when somebody uses one, that is a sign of a noob that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Alright? That's all that is. And you just drew attention to it like, oh, well, the needler's useless in Halo 2. No, man. He's using one needler. You're an idiot. You're a complete mong who's never played the fucking game.
It overshadows
Evidently.
the rest
Look,
of the sandbox and the game suffers. Where, yeah, you have...
The game suffers because people don't know how to play it. That's not the game's fault.
You have all these unique weapons and stuff, but you're only using a very small selection of them. There's
what? Go back.
unique weapons and stuff, but you're...
Right, so looking at this list, he's just been talking about Halo 2, but this is a Halo 3 list because you got the flamethrower, you got the hammer, and you got the mauler, I believe that is. So this is a Halo 3 list. So the needler's useless in Halo 3. How? Not really viable. How? Pistol's a starting weapon. Whatever. Plasma rifles, no use whatsoever. Good for holding bases and stuff, you know. And sniper rifle... power weapon or available on a few maps. The sniper rifle is fucking not viable. Like, but the fucking shotgun's not a power weapon. Good in most maps and modes. But this is yellow. But this whole list, if like, listen, I'm not gonna go through any more. You pause the video. This doesn't make sense. This whole page makes no sense. So it's an idiot list. Whoever came up with this is a complete moron.
Only using a very small selection of them. There's so many weapons in Halo that are either superfluous or only useful in very specific ways. What's different about Infinite and what I love so much about it is how
you're getting paid to promote it.
Guns that used to be bad have been buffed. I never felt discouraged from trying.
How is the plasma pistol, like that clip is of a plasma pistol, how is that been buffed? In Halo 2 it like magnetizes onto you from like a mile away. Like, what is he talking about?
Something new. The Needler has always been inconsistent throughout the series, and it feels really good here. The assault rifle is actually
really
good at mid-range, might need a slight nerf. The sidekick is a spammable fast.
Right, so there you go. So there's his insight on the fucking assault rifle being like the Halo 5 one, being OP, being able to cross-map people and being like Call of Duty where you just laser everyone with it. That's his take on it. It might need a bit of a nerf. If that's not fucking bullshit behavior, I don't know what is.
Reloading pistol for close to mid-range combat, useful as a fast gun to swap to. Nowhere is this fix to Halo's sandbox more apparent than in the Gravity Hammer, the energy sword's overlooked cousin. Historically, it was mostly fun in customs because of the crazy physics, but it was always outclassed by the energy sword, requiring you to be way too close to use it effectively.
Why are you running?
At what point does the fucking hammer and the sword exist on the same map? So it doesn't make any difference. The fucking hammer is a power weapon that you use on one map, and then the energy sword is a weapon that you use on another map, right? So you use it differently. You have to be closer with the hammer, sure, but the hammer is easier to get multiple kills at once. So you can come up behind two people and just bang and they're both dead. So there's advantages and disadvantages to those weapons. What are you talking about?
Why are you running?
In Infinite, this beast has a huge windup and a massive area of effect. The extended range and slow swing.
Yeah, well, they did that in Gears of War fucking 5, and then they had to nerf it because it was super OP.
Means that it's entirely possible to miss at point blank. Oh boy!
I thought you just said it had a huge area of effect. Okay, make up your mind.
Oh boy, you can cancel the grapple hook animation. Bro, that was sick. This is how you differentiate two similar weapons and make them useful in two different ways. The sword has better range and is good against single targets, while the hammer is the opposite now. Ideally, this is how the Gravity Hammer always should have functioned. Not as a weaker version of the sword, but a competitor.
Man, they function as different weapons because they are different weapons. So, would you prefer if the hammer was exactly the same as the sword in the Bungie games? Like, you're not making any sense, man.
Most plasma weapons have been given a secondary fire like the Ravager's area of effect fire, or the Heatwave's vertical and horizontal firing modes. Being able to vent all plasma weapons is a great touch. It's basically adding the utility of the plasma repeater to every Covenant weapon, creating a new dynamic of when do you vent and when do you not. The sound effects were all...
Yeah, but that's adding reloading into those weapons, isn't it? Whereas before you just waited, so you're actually making it more like a normal gun, where you reload. So that's less unique than it was, because before there was no essentially reloading. You didn't press a button to do anything. It just took care of itself. All you did was wait the time out. So they've changed it for what reason? Who asked for that?
Very powerful and juicy. Called... Oh, you hear that shield recharge, baby? But the Needler should probably be changed to sound more needly. Melee is a bit too powerful, the lunge distance and tracking is really strong. But what about the highly controversial Bloom? Oh boy, we're tackling all the debates in this video.
I'm not even going to say anything because I'll end up wanting to fucking punch him in the face. He's going to go off on some kind of bullshit now.
In Infinite, it seems to make the gunplay more complex. Combined with how Sprint works, firefights are now more about aiming and pacing your shots than who stopped sprinting first. And I really like it. I think it works well here. So yeah, the weapons kick ass. Now how about equipment? Again, it's a great...
Someone go and find a video about Atman saying something about fucking Reach and how Bloom sucks, and then have him defend Bloom here. Me personally, I never cared about Bloom, but is Atman just completely selling himself out? I don't know. Someone needs to do some research there.
Great move to follow up on Halo 3's formula of power-ups, but with the added versatility of picking them up and using them when you want.
But that overpowers them, Atman. That's why it was done in Halo 4, and that was terrible. It's already been done.
Observant player can also see what an enemy has at a glance. The blue light of active camo, for example. Oh, do you see that glow? You see that glow? That means I've got active camo. That's a great visual indicator, and you are dead goodbye. And the grapple hook. Ooh, this baby was not undersold. It takes time to build momentum, so it's not an immediate get-out-of-jail-free card.
Legacy experience, right?
Oh, shit. Whoa. But if you fail to hit something, you can instantly start shooting your weapon. Like, it's a one-frame difference. Already, we're seeing people do some pretty crazy stuff with this. I will say the drop wall was a bit underwhelming. It's extremely weak, takes too much time to activate, and has a cooldown on the second charge. I'd say make its deployment faster so it can be used in tight situations, and make it slightly stronger. But yeah, it's loads of fun experimenting, and I can't wait to see what other weapons and equipment 343 has in store for us. But now let's bite into
because it's a live service piece of shit game.
The Big Kahuna Burger.
Big Kahuna Burger.
Sprint. This comment section...
If it wasn't for my subscribers, I would have tuned out fucking 10 minutes ago.
About to get real toxic, so don't mind if I sprint my way out of here.
Oh my god.
Wouldn't it be funny if the video just ended right?
Yes,
it's a
please.
word that has ignited debates across the internet for over a decade. We knew it was going to be an infinite, so how did it turn out? Well, this is probably the best version of sprint we have or ever will see in Halo. But
what, the same as Halo 5, infinite sprint like Call of Duty? Not a sprint that you only use for a short time like Reach or base Halo 4. Are you for real?
First, why has sprint been so controversial? Because
oh my god, don't fucking start us on that crap.
in most other shooters, nobody gives a shit. Well, it comes from how sprint affects the weapon balance, map design, and firefights. If players are moving way faster...
Which it doesn't have to do, because Halo Online exists. Halo Reach exists. Proving that doesn't matter.
The guns have to be more accurate. The maps need to be stretched out. And the entire multiplayer has
no, that's the Favin line, and that's bullshit. It doesn't work like that.
to work around sprint, because it's something there that the game didn't have initially. Sprint throws a wrench in the golden triangle of Halo. This series was built on the philosophy
Keep going.
that players at all times should be able to shoot, melee, and throw grenades. But in Reach 4 and 5, Sprint got in the way of this freedom to engage in combat. Starting as a classic arena...
Sprint lasts literally less than 10 seconds in Halo Reach. You sprint, it runs out, doesn't matter. It's not infinite sprints. You know, you're conflating infinite sprint with sprints. Halo 5 sprint is not the same as Halo 4 sprint, not the same as Halo Reach's sprint. They're all different fucking things. You're conflating them all together. 343 said themselves, infinite sprints. Ryan Dorsey said this. So why are we still stuck in Groundhog Day in 2014 with these idiots?
shooter. We all want Halo to maintain its identity. However, we also have...
Says the man that defended the firefight rep packs and all that bullshit. Says the man that says Halo Master Collection is the ultimate Halo experience when they're adding in garbage skins and a store and seasons into classic Halo games. Says the man that's now defending this game that's literally a copy of Halo 5. And we want it to maintain its identity, do we, man? Halo's identity is dead. It's been dead for 10 years. What are you talking about?
Have to recognize that shooters have evolved since Halo 3 and the landscape is not the same.
Shooters have evolved since Halo 3. Nope, I'm not even going to engage.
Sprint is something we just can't get away from. But to address the complaint,
Yeah, very droll.
343 has toned down the movement bonus in exchange for giving it more utility with sliding. The move speed bonus is so small, it's entirely
Halo
viable
5.
to not sprint at all. So you get the feeling of moving faster without limiting the player's ability to immediately whip out their gun and start blasting. That's right, there's almost no effect on the time it takes to shoot your gun out of sprint than if you're just walking. Only thing I would change is walking not appearing on radar. It makes it too easy to sneak around and hide. But at the same time, I do kind of...
Walking doesn't appear on the radar. Who fucking okayed that shit down at 343? Are you fucking for real?
like that element of surprise whether I'm being defensive or offensive. Regardless, I don't have many major complaints with Infinite, and the ones I do have are stuff that can easily be tweaked, nerfed, or...
But you are being paid to make this video, so why would we expect anything else?
Whatever. I think the main selling point of this tech preview was to let Halo fans get a taste of the mechanics.
It's so hard to
and I
watch.
love them. Oh my god, dude. What? That little clamber I did? Oh my god, to juke him out. Holy shit, dude. This game has
Yes, but in the old Halo games, you would have fallen off like a retard, and you would have deserved to.
amazing mechanics. Actually, that was fucking sick. Clamber is kind of cool too. Nothing sticks out to me as a red flag.
Yeah, well, guess what? Clamber's in Halo 5, so what game does this remind you of? Yeah, exactly.
And the stuff I was concerned about, I now feel relieved. It's clear that 343 has spent an excruciating amount of time to do the impossible. Please, both new and old fans of Halo.
Hello, old fan here, Atman. Not pleased at all. My subscriber, please. Old fans. No one's changed. Like 2 or 3 of them have told me that they're hyped for the game. Out of my 1,000 subscribers. This happened with Halo 5. They said Halo 5 was reuniting the community. You're doing the same bullshit again. Nobody cares about this game. That is the truth. We've been through this. What are you talking about? This isn't going to bring back the Halo fan base. It can only bring in Call of Duty fans or Fortnite fans or little kids like that. Like fucking Alex and fucking, you know, Mischief and I'm a British Potato and those fucking little kids and retards like that. That's the only people it can bring. And it's got to bring in a fucking lot of them to have any effect. This game is, you know, the writing is on the wall for this game. It's not in a good place. That's if it launches this year. If it's delayed again, well, that's just even worse, isn't it?
The bottom line, they're doing a kick-ass job.
No, they're not, Atman. No, they're not.
We also got a taste of the map design, and a lot of people are kind of torn on this. Bazaar, Recharge, and Livefire play well, they just aren't the most interesting. It's not like they're...
Right, so are the maps good or are they shit? You just said they're wank. You just said they're not good. And this is must be 3 of the first maps they've done and 3 of the best maps for them to put them forward. So the other maps are going to be even worse. And again, these are free maps. The fucking customization isn't free, so they're going to put more effort into the customization to make you buy it, and the maps themselves are going to be shit because they don't have to sell them to you.
Some terrible exploit or you can't get creative, but matches on Bazaar can get kind of stagnant, mostly because trying to advance will instantly put you on the lower ground, which isn't ideal. I got no patience for that, so I just run straight in anyways. I was a bit too focused on shooting and having fun to really scope out the levels, but I think what the maps are missing is interaction. Every single Halo map from the first 3 titles especially had some kind of interaction with the environment itself. Find me a level in Combat Evolved that doesn't have a teleporter. The answer is Hang 'em High, Prisoner, and Timberland. The other 16 maps all have teleporters. You know, classic Halo maps were very bold because they were so weird. Look at Chiron TL34. Confusing name, confusing layout. This map has 28 teleporters, and I love it. What the fuck is this layout? It's a mishmash of chaos. I'm not saying every map should turn into boarding action, but these maps definitely give me Halo 5 vibes in the sense that they're very safe, right?
Right, so finally he's going to admit the game is like Halo 5. Thank you, Atman, for telling the truth. It only took you 16 minutes and 49 seconds to say the truth about this game and that it is a Halo 5 clone. Thank you.
But you really do need that interaction to make playing these levels feel like Halo. The grav lifts on Narrows and Guardian, fusion coils, explosives, movable crates. I want to see more of that stuff. And with the direction the story's going in, you got no shortage of locations you could use. We're on a brand new Halo ring, baby. I want to see something on a brute ship, more Covenant Banished themed maps. But you know me well, and I appreciate a great user interface. Infinite is pretty good in this regard. I will say horizontal layouts aren't my thing.
I'm just not even going to go here, just let him talk.
But hey, it's not bad. It might be worth it for 343 to try out a vertical display of the user interface and just see how it goes. Gotta love the poses at the end, which are...
Oh, you went there. That shit is gay. That shit was removed from Halo 5 for a reason. No one liked it, and then they put it back in.
Hilarious, dude. So polite and respectful. Also, I love the intros at the start of each match. It's the perfect mix between cool and cheesy. It's really cool that you can check...
Mental, people. That just slows the game down. That just makes you have to load an animation before the game starts, and it has to zoom in everyone's armor. And why does it have to zoom on everyone? Why does it have to zoom on everyone's armor? Because they're selling you the armor pieces and the colors, so you have to zoom in on the shit.
Check out the vehicles and weapons, and when you do, your Spartan is just sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pwn some noobs with this thing. When customizing your Spartan, the icons in the bottom change depending on what armor pieces and what core you have. This is a really great detail. It makes it clear and concise to see what'll change in your Spartan. Certainly a step up from Halo 5. And did I mention, we literally have Reach armor customization back. That's what we've been waiting for. It's what we wanted all along.
Yeah, this is what we've been waiting for, to spend real money in the game to get the same stuff you could get in Halo Reach for free. That's what I'm waiting for.
You got all the same slots, including gloves and prosthetics. Everything looks fire as hell. And once again, this settles another arduous debate on how armor customizations should work, how you should unlock it, what the art style should look
What are you talking about? You have to buy the battle pass, man. That's not legacy experience.
like. And it's like we can all just be happy and excited about
Why are we happy about having to spend real money in the game to unlock armor pieces that we unlocked in Reach for free 11 years ago? Why are we happy about that? Only an idiot like you would say something like that. That is retarded. What are you talking about?
this now. While waiting for a match, I did notice this Fire Team 1 out of 28. If we can host 28 player custom lobbies, that's gonna be fire, bro.
Why is that going to be fire? It's still Halo 5 gameplay. If you can have 25 people playing Halo 5, would that make it a good game? Is there slip screen in the fucking game or not? They ain't shown it yet.
Mention the vast number of settings and options you have to tweak performance, field of view, control, sensitivity. This is the most robust amount of settings we've ever had in a Halo game. And it's only going to make Infinite more accessible to players of all levels.
Man, that stuff doesn't make anything more accessible. That fucking is daunting for new players because they look at it and don't know how the fuck to set it up. And the same fucking issues are in the MCC. They need a simplified menu for people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. And then there should be a button where you press that says advanced that goes into that shit. It's not rocket science.
This game is littered with fan service, like the Needler melee being a throwback to CE. Oh, there it is. Oh my god. The main Halo theme appearing at the main menu, something that hasn't happened since Combat Evolved. That's how you get me hyped, dude. The soundtrack is phenomenal. I will say there was a bit too much chatter between
the soundtrack's phenomenal. It's just a rehash of the soundtrack from Halo 1. No effort put forth whatsoever.
AI announcer in Spartans.
Oh, so satisfying.
What are these voices? Is this the AI?
My pulse carbine is up.
Are all
Yeah,
these
well, that shit was in Halo 5 and it sucked then.
different announcers like the AI? I'm hearing like 3 different announcers kind of. They got like Captain Texas. The skewer's up. Made it hard to go 15 seconds without someone yelling out, "Over yonder, did some damage. The goddamn skewer's up."
That is terrible.
Wall is up.
The drop wall is up.
Did some damage.
Did some damage. But again, you can just turn that off. I think that
Just turn off the game. Just turn off the fucking game.
pretty much covers all the important stuff for now. In conclusion, Halo Infinite was the most fun I've had playing Halo in a long time.
So what you're saying is this is the most fun you've had in a Halo game since Halo 5, which was a terrible game. So why wouldn't it be the most fun you've had in a Halo game in a long time when the last one came out 6 years ago and was terrible? Now you're playing another terrible game. Okay.
The failures and missteps of previous games are being fixed and addressed. I
No, they aren't, Atman. You're just being paid to say that.
genuinely feel like all the stuff Halo fans have wanted, we are getting, and it's glorious.
Well, that's bullshit, isn't it? Otherwise I wouldn't be making this fucking video, would I?
I could give a shit about how sexy the reload animations are. What matters is the gameplay. Infinite is taking radical steps to cater to fans of both new and old Halo styles.
No, they are not, Atman. They are making a Halo 5 clone. And they're trying to pretend it's a legacy experience. That's why they keep saying legacy experience, legacy experience, legacy experience, legacy experience. But it's not a legacy experience, and any idiot can see that. So what are you talking about? They're not catering to classic Halo fans. At all. Literally at all.
And I couldn't be happier with the results so far. Rest assured, I look forward
From the man that defended Halo 5.
to the next tech preview.
Oh,
and I
God.
can't wait to make more Halo videos. But what do you think? What are your thoughts on Halo Infinite thus far? Put your best and worst aspects of it down in the comments below. Do you think they fixed Sprint? What about the sandbox? Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it.
That's
Alright,
enough.
everyone,
I can't take any more. That's it. We're done. Feel free to subscribe, guys. This fucking clown, man.
We lost. Lost everything. There's nothing left for us here. Hunting for here is. No. Not then. Not again. We need to run.
No, we need to fight. Get ready.
It was a big moment, right?